So let us speak more on this theme of renewal, especially at this time of year, the new year, as defined by our calendar. There's a sense of wanting to start afresh, setting new intentions, making New Year's resolutions, and so on. In the hope or the desire that this year I will be a better person, a more happy person, a more complete person, and something improved, something healed, whether that's on the emotional or the mental or the physical or the spiritual level. And somehow life will be renewed and I will be renewed. So in our minds we kind of fix a point of time, the new year, where we hope, expect, intend that old patterns dissolve and the past doesn't weigh on us so heavily. And we can step forth more ready, more complete, more something or other. But all of this has an usually unexamined assumption in it. And that is that there is something fundamentally wrong with me now. I'm not enough. Unfortunately, this keeps us on the wheel of seeking something better in the future, a better self, a better life. And we are caught in the trap of not-enoughness. I'm not enough. And so I must do something to make myself enough. But it's never enough, whatever I do. It could be just more practice, more meditation, more understanding, and so on. But the thing is that true awakening out of the dream of not-enoughness, because it is a dream state. The veil that's been pulled over our metaphorical eyes, keeping us trapped in an identity of victim or disempowerment or smallness or simply not enoughness. I'm not there yet. I'm not complete enough yet. I'm not whole enough yet. And so on. But the truth is that true renewal, if you like, is not about setting an intention or making a resolution. It's about discovering what is already new, what has always been new. And when I say new, I really mean fresh, undamaged, untainted by anything that the mind can conjure up. It's about recognizing, realizing what is always here, unchanging. The awareness that is always aware of whatever is being experienced. And we can also call that the space. It's so ever present. It's so immediate. It's so direct. It's not an object outside of you that you have to find or strive for. It's the meeting, or the being in, or the being with, or the resting in the nakedness of this moment, without the overlay of past or future, even though thoughts, memories, hopes, dreams, desires, goals may arise in that. It's about allowing all of that, the hopes, the memories, the thoughts, the dreams, even the regrets, whatever, to arise, to flow, just like the waves. You don't have to stop that or get rid of it, because there's no effort. To allow all that without identifying with it. It's the identification with the waves that makes life a burden, that makes life a struggle, that, if you like, forces us to make new intentions and new resolutions and for the self. But to meet each moment fresh is the true meaning of renewal. Because the effort of carrying the past into the present has the opportunity to fall away. It's not the past that is the problem. It's not what happened or didn't happen that is the problem. It's the effort of carrying it. So it's not about completely erasing it or forgetting it or denying it. What happened, happened. What didn't happen, didn't happen. But we don't have to derive our identity from that. You're not a lesser person or a diminished person or a incomplete person because of that. In fact, it's nothing to do with the personhood. Your fundamental nature is not changed by what happened or didn't happen. It's only the idea of me, the self-image, the self-identity, the sense of being a separate entity, having to navigate the world, that becomes tired. So carry no image of yourself. Be free of the burden of trying to be something, someone, some image of yourself that is more perfect or more complete. Simply have no image of self. And then life reveals itself as not heavy, not a burden, not something that needs to be fixed or changed, but as something fluid. Life is alive. Life is very responsive. When the load is lightened, if you like, because you have lightened, your internal framework has lightened, then patterns, old patterns that have repeated themselves are more likely to change, because life is fluid and life is responsive. It means that healing on whatever level is more likely to happen. It's not driven by effort. It's not driven by willpower. It's supported by willingness. The willingness to meet this moment lightly, freshly, nakedly. It's a freeing up of awareness that is often contracted around identity. What does that mean? That simply means that when our attention, our internal framework is contracted, tightened around an identity of not good enough, an identity of not ready enough, an identity of not complete enough, not spiritual enough, whatever. It's like awareness. The whole space that you are gets contracted around that concept of me as this or me as that. But when that's freed up, then true healing, true renewal can take place. Not because you've fixed it, not because you've learnt the right technique, but because the natural intelligence that is inherent in life brings alignment, harmony. You don't have to manage each cell of the body. Healing happens naturally. A wound heals. The body heals when the conditions are right. When we stop interfering with the natural intelligence of being. But let's be clear here, this doesn't mean being totally passive and doing nothing. That natural intelligence will move in you to take intelligent action where action is needed. And sometimes a wound has to be dressed to protect it, and so on. But nothing really renews on the level of form when we are constantly picking at it, when we are constantly trying to fix it. Space, give it space to breathe. And give your life space to breathe. And then every moment of life, which is not compartmentalized into this moment and this moment, it's just one eternal flow, is experienced freshly. It's not about novelty or titillation or entertainment. It's about not being attached to the outcome, not having a future agenda. So that even very mundane or familiar experiences, walking, washing up, whatever it may be, have a freshness to them. The mind may say, well, I've done this 1,000,000 times before, how boring. But awareness does not have that commentary. So when you meet reality, not from the mind, but from the simplicity and openness and nakedness of awareness itself, then every moment is fresh. We can also call this presence. Not a presence that is mindful of every detail. It's a quiet presence, an open presence, a relaxed presence, an alive presence, a soft presence.